In this tutorial I will show you how you can change the appearance of layers by using layer effects. So layer effects are located over here, and when you click here you can select one of the effects available here. Let me click drop shadow, the last one. So once you click it, you have here a dialog box, and here is the list of all the effects available. Now I've selected drop shadow, and here I can modify all kinds of specifications for the drop shadow. For example, I can change the angle of the shadow, I can change the distance like this, I can change the size like this, I can change the opacity, as you see. So here, as you will notice, I have a blending mode for the shadow, and it's multiply, so it's black and multiply like 35% it was, so I can make it stronger or weaker. But I can also actually change the blending mode here. So for instance, what I can do is I can take a different color, like maybe white, okay, and in multiply it shows nothing. But if I set the blending mode for screen, for example, I will have a different effect, which sometimes may be useful. So there are many different effects here, and basically they are more or less self-explanatory. So you can add a stroke to a layer, you can modify that again, you can modify the size of the stroke, you can position it outside or inside, or along the center here, and you can again change the color of this and do all kinds of things. You can change the blend mode again from normal to, let us say, multiply, and make the opacity less, so you will see the difference here. So you can do all sorts of things. You can do a color overlay, for example. You can change here the blending mode again. Let's make it like, for example, soft light. Alright, and change the color. So there are many different effects here, and I just advise you to experiment with those and study them and see what you can get. Change all the settings. For some you have quite a lot of settings, like for bevel and emboss. You have all sorts of things you can change. The angle here, you can change the profile here. You can do all sorts of things, and this will give you different appearance for your layer. So once you made up your mind which effects you like, you click OK, and all the effects are listed here underneath the layer, and you can then hide some of them or all of them, or show just some of them, or hide all the effects. And if you want the same effects to apply to a different layer, which you can do, you just can click here and press Alt and drag over here. So then the same effects will apply to the second layer. Oh, sorry, I just dragged it, but I didn't press the Alt key strong enough, obviously. So you can copy effects from one layer to the other. You can show and hide them, and and you can anytime edit them as well. So you can go inside here and say I want to edit this, so you double click on this and the dialog box will appear again, and then you can change, like for the size for example, make it bigger or smaller, alright, soften it a little bit, and change maybe the opacity of the highlight, make it slightly smaller, and make the opacity of shadow a little stronger, whatever. And then once you've made the change, it again, you click OK, and these changes will be saved. So this is an array of different effects that you can apply to layers, and that you can move from layer to layer, so that you can copy the effects from one layer to the other. So that's it, basically. Thank you very much.